Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. Welcome to Hunting for Answers, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Hunter, and today we're highlighting a case that began in Hot Springs, Arkansas. In December 1985, a 16-year-old girl left school and started walking home with her boyfriend. It was a short walk, her usual route home from school. But this time, she never made it home. In the years since, her family has said the early response to her disappearance was dismissive, and that rushed assumptions may have influenced how the case was handled early on. This is the story of Jeffrey Lynn Smith. Jeffrey Lynn Smith was born on October 12, 1969. She was about 5'3" and weighed around 110 pounds. She had shoulder-length brown hair and brown eyes, with pierced ears and a small mole on the right side of her chin. Those who knew her called her Lynn. She was last seen wearing pink pants, a brown jacket, and tan shoes. Lynn's mother, Clarice, worked as a housekeeper for Virginia Dwyer, the mother of former President Bill Clinton. According to family accounts, Lynn was named after Virginia Dwyer's husband at the time, Jeff Dwyer. But she did not like using the name Jeffrey. She preferred Lynn. By the fall of 1985, Lynn was 16 years old and dating a boy named Frank Hanna. On October 12th, her birthday, she received a gold ring with an opal stone, a gift her family says she treasured. Her sister has said Lynn cherished the ring and rarely took it off. According to family accounts, it was not something she would have given up willingly. December 4th, 1985. Lynn left school and walked home with her boyfriend, Frank Hanna. They were initially walking with a friend, according to family accounts. At some point, Lynn and Frank continued on toward her home. Her family says an aunt saw them walking along Silver Street and offered them a ride. They declined. Frank later told police, according to case summaries, that he parted ways with Lynn just a few blocks from her house. Lynn never arrived home, and she has not been seen since. When Lynn didn't come home, her family knew something was wrong. They say this was very out of character for her. Early case summaries show that police initially classified her as a runaway. The family has said their trust in the investigation was shaken early on. They point to the initial runaway classification as a major factor in that loss of confidence. In a published interview, Lynn's sister said that, in her view, the case wasn't given the serious attention it deserved, and said she believed this was because, quote, she was Black and they put no value in her life. With limited progress in the case, her family began searching for answers themselves, following leads, asking questions, and pursuing any information they could find. Sometime after Lynn disappeared, police informed the family that her gold opal ring had turned up at a pawn shop. The family believes, based on case information, that Frank Hanna may have been the person who pawned the ring, though he has never been charged in connection with Lynn's disappearance. According to the family and case accounts, Frank remained in contact with the family in the early days after Lynn's disappearance and participated in some search efforts. Lynn's sister has said she considered the relationship abusive and that Lynn had wanted to end it. Public case reports state that Frank Hanna later served time in prison in an unrelated case. He has never been charged in Lynn's case. For many years, Lynn's case remained unsolved with few public developments. According to published reporting, around the 25th anniversary of Lynn's disappearance, investigators conducted renewed searches in wooded areas of Hot Springs. Lynn is listed in national missing person databases as endangered missing. No arrests have been made. Lynn's sister, now known publicly as Lisa Allen, has spent decades advocating for answers. She has worked with missing persons organizations, spoken publicly about the case, and published and participated in case awareness content about Lynn. She continues to advocate for progress in the case. The family also honors Lynn's memory through holiday outreach. According to Lynn's sister, they distribute care packages, known as, quote, Lynn bags, to people experiencing homelessness each season. Lynn would be 56 years old today. Her family is left with photographs, memories, and unanswered questions. Questions that have never stopped. What happened during that walk home from school that day? Did she make it in those final blocks toward home? Who pawned her ring and under what circumstances? And what has kept this case from being resolved for nearly 4 decades? Our thoughts are with the family and friends of Jeffrey Lynn Smith. If you have any information about her disappearance, contact the Hot Springs Police Department. You can also contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You can find their contact information and the NCMEC case number in the description below. As we close out this episode, remember that sharing Lynn's story helps keep her name from being forgotten and supports the ongoing search for answers. For updates on this case and others, follow Hunting for Answers. You can also connect with us through our Facebook group and find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Reach out to us if there's a case or story you believe deserves attention. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.